Yeah. No, because if somebody come in. Oh, you muted me? Oh, I know what you mean. Good afternoon, community members of the town of Dumfries. I am Tangela Ennis, your town manager. It is with great pride that we present the fiscal year 25-26 proposed budget, a reflection of our continued commitment to responsible governance, strategic investment, and the shared vision of a thriving Dumfries, progress, partnerships, and possibilities. Through strategic planning and community-focused priorities, we enhanced services, strengthen infrastructure, and drive economic growth to build a thriving town where our residents and businesses can prosper. This budget embodies our dedication to ensuring that our great town of Dumfries remains vibrant, sustainable, and inclusive while positioning us for long-term success. I extend my sincere appreciation to our finance department, our town council, our staff for their dedication, collaboration, and hard work while shaping this year's budget, one that meets the needs of today and paves a way for a future filled with progress, strength in partnerships, and endless possibilities for our community. I will now turn it over to our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Curtis Eatman, to present our proposed FY26 budget.
Thank you, Madam Town Manager, and thank you everyone for listening to this presentation. This is the Town of Dumfries organizational chart. This is how we function under the council manager form of government. The town's strategic goals were adopted by the town council. The goals were the driving force behind the creation of this fiscal year 2025-2026 proposed operating budget. These goals are affordability and livability. The town will be an inclusive and financially sustainable environment where residents of all ages and backgrounds will have access to quality housing, essential services, employment, and recreational opportunities. Civic engagement. The town will create meaningful resident engagement, encourage participation and collaboration in the decision-making process, and provide community activities. Economic development and infrastructure. The town will expand and grow economic development opportunities while improving the infrastructure for businesses to thrive. Well-managed government. The town will have a well-managed government that is accountable, transparent, and efficient and effective to serve the community residents. And enhancing our public safety, providing the highest quality of public safety through police visibility and fostering community where residents and officers work collaboratively to prevent crime and ensure safety and well-being of all. The fiscal year 2025-2026 ABCs of this budget. This budget is built on these cornerstones. Accounting. The budget should account for all structural changes within all government operations. Balance. The budget must always be balanced while understanding the continuity of operations with finite resources. Lastly, any good budget will always build to continue to build the town's fund balance reserves to ensure that the town have enough future revenues for any unexpected expenses. How is the town of Dumfries performing? The town of Dumfries has made progress towards being a well-managed government. The town of Dumfries has presented a clean 2024 audit that has demonstrated the town's commitment, the town council and town manager's commitment to good fiscal policy and good financial management. The town 2024 audit has addressed all of the town fiscal year 2023's findings, and as we talked about before, has increased the fund balance or rainy day fund. The general fund is now at $7.6 million, grant funds at about $18K, and street and highway funds at about $318K. The next chart shows and demonstrates the growth of the town's rainy day fund and or fund balance. This chart shows the progress this town has made under the current leadership team. Key considerations for this fiscal year 2025-2026 proposed operating budget are 8 objectives that were used. First, continuing to be transparent and efficient in being a government. Second is working with our financial advisors to achieve the town bond rating. Third is continuing to research funding initiatives for the Capital Improvement Program, or CIP. Fourth is establishing the town clerk as an independent department. Fifth is helping and continuing to implement a master plan for the town. Six is continuing programming for youth, seniors, and community through the Department of Recreation and Civic Engagement. Six is continuing to build the town workforce by maintaining a fully funded healthcare plan. And seven is this budget sets aside performance measures to ensure that the town staff is doing the best job that they can do. The proposed fiscal year 2025-2026 budget overview. This budget is partnership driven. This operating budget invests in the community. $219,850 has been invested in community programming through the Department of Recreation and Civic Engagement. $330,000 to repair historic Dumfries, Virginia, through the Public Works Department, and then $20,000 to continue the Police Department's Christmas in Dumfries program in fiscal year 2026. This budget also does workforce investment. The budget has, and built in it, a cost of living adjustment, COLA, of 2% for employees with more than 1 year of service, and merit increases of 1% for employees with 1 year of service as well. The fiscal year 2025-2026 operating budget also advances the town of Dumfries by placing $50,000 for Town of Dumfries branding campaign to invest in marketing our current businesses and to bring additional businesses to town, $15,000 for marketing for the destination Dumfries, and $64,000 in funding to community-based organizations that are looking to do a public good. Lastly, this budget is partnership driven because it invests in continuing improvement of our government. $15,000 in new recreational software that will improve town recreation programs, and $9,000 invested in the geographic information software, GIS software, used to bolster both planning and public works department's ability to serve the community. I now turn it back over to Madam Town Manager to discuss the fiscal year 2025-2026 personnel summary.
So briefly, we have a few proposed personnel summary changes. The creation of a deputy town manager position in the town manager's office. We are reclassifying the executive assistant to the town manager to an assistant to the town manager. We have removed the town clerk and the deputy town clerk from the town manager's office by creating their own department. In our public works department, we've created an administrative assistant position. We've created 2 maintenance workers positions as well as a part-time maintenance worker position. We've also eliminated the maintenance supervisor position. In our planning department, we're proposing a planner position, and in the police department, we're proposing a lieutenant position. The following slides just outlines the details of this further. And I'll turn it back over to Mr. Eatman.
Thank you, Madam Town Manager. The fiscal year 2025-2026 all funds budget is $12,752,397, an increase of $1.7 million, or 15% over the fiscal year 2024-2025 adopted budget of $11,072,340. The general fund, which is the town's largest fund, is $12,153,644, or $1.7 million increase over the adopted budget of $10,473,896. The general fund revenue summary in this slide is broken down as follows: $1.4 million in taxes, $9.2 million in other local taxes, $233K in permit fees and license, $290K in fines and forfeitures, $870K in revenues from use of money/property, $600 in miscellaneous revenue, and $160K in revenue from the Commonwealth. The proposed fiscal year 2025-2026 general fund revenue is further broken down into its proper category in the following slides. Next. The proposed fiscal year 2025-2026 general fund expenditures spending. This pie chart illustrates how the town is spending its funds. General government accounts for $5.5 million, public safety accounts for $3.3 million, and public works accounts for $1.5 million. The proposed fiscal year 2025-2026 general fund expenditure summary. General government had a growth of 29%, public safety had a growth of 7%, public works had a growth of 14%, planning, boards, and commission had a growth of 17%. Debt service had a growth of 26%, and non-departmental had a reduction of 82%. The next few slides will break down the 2025-2026 budget with each department. Town council, $456,000, town attorney, $321,000, town manager, $2.2 million, newly created town clerk, $367,000, treasurer and finance, $641,000 and $729,000 respectively. Department of Civic Recreation and Civic Engagement, $826,000. Economic Planning and Community Development, $459,000, Police, $3.3 million, and Public Works, $1.5 million. In an effort to be more efficient and to ensure that the town continues to have high marks on its audit, the town has proposed 2 new lines in the Department of Public Works as well as the Department of Recreation and Civic Engagement of accounting for overtime for those employees who have performed their duties. Fiscal year 2025 and 2026 debt and non-departmental budget included $1.4 million in debt service and $64K in non-departmental budgets. Lastly, I will review the fiscal year 2025-2026 special revenue funds. These are funds that are outside of the general fund and are specially created. The grants fund is proposed at $44,600. The street funds is proposed at $355K. Stormwater funds is proposed at $199K for a total of $599K. I will now turn it over to Madam Town Manager to present the fiscal year 2025-2026 capital budget.
The table outlines the FY26 capital improvement budget with totals $4.2 million with various funding sources from grants, the Commonwealth of Virginia, and Colonial Downs Group, while some projects still remain unfunded. Key breakdowns of the funding of these projects are $1.5 million for facilities management. Those projects include Clyde Washington Community Center, vehicle acquisitions, historic Dumfries upgrades, and Jeff Simpson Community Center upgrades. Funded by Colonial Downs Group is about $1 million. An unfunded portion is $448,000. We have a stormwater project funded at $2.7 million, and those projects include Quantico Creek restoration as well as various stormwater projects throughout the town. And they are funded by ARPA stormwater grants to the tune of $500,000, a SLAF grant to the tune of $400,000, and $1 million from the Commonwealth of Virginia. The unfunded portion is $800,000. We have $60,000 for funds at our for repairs at our police department, and the funding sources that we've outlined in this budget include $500,000 for ARPA stormwater, $400,000 for SLAF grants, Commonwealth of Virginia $1 million, and Colonial Downs Group at $1 million. The unfunded portion of these projects is $1.3 million. As the revenues come into the town throughout this fiscal year, we will come back to the council to see if we could fund some of the unfunded portions of this project. We thank you for your time, and if we entertain any questions. No? Okay. Questions, sir?
This live presentation.
Yes, sir.
Was it online? It was online? Okay.
Okay.
I just need to see that, that's all.
Okay, so the question for people out in the audience is, was the slide presentation online? And our public information officer has confirmed that it is. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.
Thank you.